This episode of Irritable Dad Syndrome was recorded on December 16th, 2025. It contains dated references that may make you think you've traveled back in time. I assure you that's not the case. So calm down, science boy. You're right in the timeline you're supposed to be. We hope you enjoy this episode.
I have no friends. Why are people randomly messaging me right now when I'm trying to run a show?
The only friend you have is right
Sit
here.
right there. I know you're not messaging me. The are these people?
How sad is it that I'm the only friend you have? Jeez, that makes me feel sorry for you.
Who are these people?
Because I'm not even a good friend.
You should feel sorry. Yeah, I don't even.
I'm the only
We don't
friend
even.
you
Yeah,
have,
we just fight
and
with each other all the time.
I suck.
Hello, my name is Marty DeBerge. I'm a filmmaker. What do you say? Let's boogie.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. It's time to take down your Christmas decorations. Give it up for your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hi, I'm Darin.
I am Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 290, and it's the first episode of 2026.
And
Welcome
Mike,
to the show.
Yeah, Mike is in an exceptional mood tonight
Oh
for
my
two reasons.
God, are you in a mood tonight?
One is, can you stand this equipment? Can you stand it?
Oh my God.
I mean,
oh,
holy Harold Ramis.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is the Bizom. And we've just upped to the resolution of our camera situation. We got some stuff going on here.
Yes, we do. For all patrons, for everyone who goes and watches our videos on the YouTubes, if you are a patron and you get our uncensored videos and that type of thing, this is, as the kids say, on fleek.
Yeah.
We have Riz.
Yeah, this is the cat's meow, as it were.
Yes.
So that's one thing. And the other thing is I made some stir fry today, the Szechuan chicken. And occasionally it's met with applause by the family because it's seasoned perfectly.
As soon as I walked in the door.
And other times you have what we had today. So I was cooking it, and I thought, man, this does not have enough spice to it. I really need to put half a bottle more than I normally
So
put.
you did that intentionally, is what you're
I
saying.
was looking for the wetness. I was looking for the moistness of the rice and chicken coajua.
I'm looking for the wetness,
There it was.
Mike said.
And I got the wetness. I
Oh.
got it.
Oh, did
it
you?
was right there. But man, when you take a bite of that, woo.
I was making breakfast the other day, and whenever I scramble eggs, I put spinach, I put some cheese.
Yeah.
I mix the cheese in with the eggs when I whip it up there. And then I put garlic salt and onion salt in my eggs. Yeah. So I went to put the garlic salt in there. The wrong end of the thing came open, blop. Oh my God, so much garlic salt. And I didn't want to waste 8 eggs. I didn't want to waste all the cheese. I didn't want to waste all the spinach. And the Pam that I used to spray the pan, you don't want to waste Pam.
No.
So everybody comes down, and I told Libby and I told Cameron, Daddy accidentally put too much garlic salt. I don't know if it's salvageable. I don't know if we can actually eat it, but good luck. And they both said, yeah, that's a lot of garlic salt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so much that we had to throw it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jacob came down later because he was in a very mild coma when breakfast was served. We finally got him up and downstairs, but I was like, don't tell Jacob. So we're all just staring at him, waiting for him to take the first bite. And he's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Anyway, he takes a bite, and then he takes another bite, and then he takes a third bite, and finally Libby said, don't you notice anything? And he said, and I quote, I didn't want to be mean.
Yeah.
He was trying to be nice to me.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah, so thank you, Jacob. It's
So-
a good kid.
so
That's a good son, buddy.
Bess took the first bite of this, and she said, and I quote,
Yeah.
and I almost choked to death on it
Yeah.
as well. I mean, good Lord. So I need to calm down on the spices. So I have that going on, and then it's the last show that we're recording of the calendar year.
I hope that our fans don't mind how we did it this year, but normally, Mike and I have plans. We do things with our
we
family.
have lives.
Sometimes we go away for Christmas. Sometimes we have people come and see us. Sometimes we just want to sit in our Christmas pajamas and eat fudge and drink root beer.
Sometimes we just want to eat an entire pumpkin pie and wake up in our jammy jams.
Yeah, so what we did was we recorded a lot of stuff in advance.
Yeah.
The episode that ran right before New Year's was all stuff that was recorded over the past 2 or 3 months. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but our episodes used to be over an hour, right? Here lately, they're clocking in at between 50 and 55.
Yeah.
And what I've been doing is if we go over an hour, I will take a segment and then I will save it for later. It's in my rainy day folder. And a couple of months ago, we had completely stopped the podcast, and then Mike starts talking about playing Call of Duty with this guy who sounds like Sylvester the Cat.
Grinding the camos.
With Sylvester, she bitches.
Yeah. I forgot about him.
And it was epic. And it's like, why am I not putting this in the episode?
Yeah.
And I'm saving it for another episode. So that's what we did.
Darin and I and Jason Durbin, a friend of the show, dear friend of me and Darin.
Oh, yeah.
We went to go see The Shining
in theater.
In glorious IMAX. And let me tell you.
I forgot how big the IMAX screen is.
It felt like you were in the frickin' Overlook Hotel. It felt like you were there. So we'll talk about that for a bit. And I want to talk about how future Mike views the show.
Okay.
And I wanted to kick out things off with that because if I don't, it's a portion where I'm going to be nice.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to talk about my wife and I tried to find CBD balm, and it didn't. The results were not what we had hoped for.
If you don't treat your CBD correctly,
that's right.
You need to balm it.
That's right. Absolutely. So, like Dave Lay mentioned at the beginning of the podcast in the disclaimer, this episode was recorded December 16th, 2025, and Mike and I learned yesterday that legendary director, actor, producer, filmmaker Rob Reiner, he and his wife were murdered. And I'm sick over this. I am saddened. I'm mortified. I genuinely loved the work of Rob Reiner. I remember I grew up watching him on All in the Family. He was Meathead. And he was, he said one time, he says, one of these days, if they ever give me a Nobel Prize, they're going to say, and the Nobel Prize goes to Meathead, because people always called him that, and he didn't care, which I love, because I'm like, look, you're known for something that people love. Why would you be upset that they continue to call you Meathead? Yeah. But he won 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for his work on All in the Family, and what a great show All in the Family was. My God, him and Archie Bunker fighting all the time. They don't make television shows like that
anymore. He basically created the fake documentary. I mean,
he absolutely did.
This is Spinal Tap.
Yeah, he left the All in the Family, and the first thing he did was he directed This Is Spinal Tap, the mockumentary.
Hello, my name is Marty DeBerge. I'm a filmmaker. I make a lot of commercials. That little dog that chases the covered wagon underneath the sink, that was mine. In 1966, I went down to Greenwich Village, New York City, to a rock club called the Electric Banana. Don't look for it, it's not there anymore. But that night, I heard a band that, for me, redefined the word rock and roll. I remember being knocked out by their exuberance, their raw power, and their punctuality. That band was Britain's now legendary Spinal Tap.
And oh my God, this one goes to 11. You know, there's so many incredible, quotable, legendary parts of that movie. You know, I don't know what your 10 favorite movies are, but 2 of my top 10 favorite movies of all time were directed by Rob Reiner. You got The Princess Bride. I can watch The Princess Bride 1,000 times and never get tired of it. Yeah. And then there's When Harry Met Sally. Yeah. Okay, and I know you people are all looking at me thinking, Darin, you're a badass. You are as macho as can be, and it's true. I am macho. I am a badass. I don't take from people.
Not a bit.
I am tough as nails, okay? I eat punks like you for breakfast. I chew nails, and I leather. I'm a badass.
Okay.
But when I watch When Harry Met Sally, I sob like a girl who got stood up on her prom, okay? Yeah. And after I watch When Harry Met Sally, it makes me want to curl up and take a bubble bath and drink some wine and read a good book and light candles. And my God, I got to edit that out of the podcast.
Dude,
I love When Harry Met Sally, and Rob Reiner is one of the reasons why that movie was so amazing.
Did you know that Castle Rock Entertainment was his company? That was his thing. So if I just learned that yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I was watching an interview with him on that sports guy. What's his face? He used to be on ESPN. So Rob Reiner did Misery and Stand By Me. Okay, and both of those are based on writings from your favorite author, Stephen King.
Yeah.
And then Castle Rock Entertainment did, I think he said 9 Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah, for a while, I thought Castle Rock was a Stephen King studio. I honestly did. I mean, obviously Meathead, All in the Family, the straight guy in the Spinal Tap. Everybody else is going insane. He basically plays the straight man in that movie.
Yeah.
And does it perfect. That's one of the things that I loved so much about when he would act in movies. He had that down perfectly.
Yes.
The serious stare while someone else is acting the fool. So All in the Family did that all the time. Did it in Spinal Tap. It's not really called out, but one of my favorite roles of his is in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, yeah.
As the father.
Yes.
When he's walking in and Leonardo and all the guys are going to play a joke on him, the way he loses his mind and starts cussing everybody. I mean, it's
I know.
It's so awesome.
I know.
And he had so much more left in him, So
I mean, look, he was 78. Okay.
Yeah,
and he showed. I mean, okay, yeah, his beard was completely white.
Yeah,
but he showed no signs of slowing down.
It's like Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is like 150 at this point,
yes,
and he's doing Spaceballs 2. And there's production pictures of the final day of filming of Spaceball 2, and he's in it. He's in all the pictures, and he looks he looks like he's always looked.
Yeah.
And I've always, I had, up until this point, seen Rob Reiner is going to be one of those guys that would just be here forever.
I know.
Like Scorsese, the ones that just kind of continue to produce awesome stuff. And stuff with the heart. So I'm going to try to not get misty-eyed here, but he has a bit of whatever it is that John Candy had. You could tell before John Candy came on screen that he was in a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And all of Rob Reiner's movies were like that. They had that little bit of heart that he brings to it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the little twinge of CG tells you, oh, I'm watching a Marvel movie. There was a little bit of heart that tells you you're watching a Rob Reiner movie.
Yeah.
And it's, so, I mean, what we have now is the body of work that's left there. I've been planning for years. We opened this segment up. I'd never watched All in the Family. I mean, I saw it when it was on, but I never sat down and watched the episodes.
Yeah.
I think I was a little too young for it when it was on.
Those episodes still hold up today.
I've been planning on going back and watching the series now, and now it's going to be it's a little bit different.
Well, it's going to be harder to watch because so on All in the Family, he and Archie Bunker were absolute polar opposites. They fought all the time. Archie was on one end of the spectrum and Meathead was on the other end of the spectrum, and God, did they argue and fought. And the last episode when Gloria and Mike, and I don't want to spoil it for you.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that scene that
when they move out of the house and when he says goodbye to Archie. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it was so emotional, and he just made Archie speechless, which nobody else could do. And anyway, my point is, I thought Rob Reiner was amazing, and one of the critics, put him in the same group of directors as like Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard.
Yeah, Ron Howard's another guy. You can tell it's a Ron Howard movie.
Exactly. Yeah. And in that, it's like, and the way he compared them was that, when people say, what are your favorite movies? And they this, and this. And so many of people's favorite movies are either a Ron Howard film, Steven Spielberg film, or a Rob Reiner film.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And it's so sad how he passed. He was murdered. But it's just sad, and it breaks my heart. And the world was a better place with Rob Reiner in it.
Yeah.
I wanted to capture the sights, the sounds, the smells of a hard-working rock band on the road. But I got more, a lot more. But hey, enough of my yakking. What do you say? Let's boogie.
Can we switch gears just a
we
tad
can
here?
we can switch gears,
So
please.
I do. I've something that's been bubbling here
What's that?
for a while on the show. A little bit of tension.
Oh.
I want to get it out.
Between me and you?
No.
Oh, good.
Between me and the show.
Okay.
So, and it's we've talked about it before, but I think I figured out what I need to do to improve my performance on the show.
Okay.
And that is get a time machine.
Can I write some things down?
You can feel free. I have a feeling that we're going to agree on a number of the things.
Okay.
One of the things, in all truth, is to actually write down my ideas.
Right.
Because how many times have we sat down to do a podcast and I've said, Darin, I have the best idea. This is a banger. You don't even have to say anything. I've got it. And you're like, what is it? Like, I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Didn't write it?
So today,
Mike
I started
wrote things
to write.
down.
I wrote things down. And this is just one day. This is one day of stuff.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So don't judge.
Well, no, I thank you. I appreciate you doing that.
One of the things I wrote down, and it occurred to me on the drive in, I was listening to our podcast, right?
Yeah.
And you said some funny,
Thank you.
but I didn't hear it. I'm in the room with you. So
you never.
I don't hear it.
as I'm doing it. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I'm concerned that I'm going to screw something. I think that's a big piece of it. I'm thinking about my next bit, or I'm thinking about getting to the part that I think is funny, and you're zinging them in sideways. And part of my brain is like, yeah, Darin just got one in there. But if I take the time to stop and laugh at it, I'm going to forget where I'm going. And the whole rest of the show is going to be like, It's going to be one of those episodes. And you guys, longtime listeners, you know the ones. Just sort this podcast out by episodes that are like 39 to 40 minutes long. Listen to one of them. Yeah. That was an hour and a half of talking. We had to, when you took down all the, we could only get about 38 minutes of content, right? So I'm trying to avoid shows like that. I got to get to the pay dirt, right?
Okay.
So I miss a lot of things, and I will laugh an appropriate amount of laugh in my car a month after you said the thing that made me laugh.
Okay.
So I thought the way to combat that, and I've also one of the cool things, and try it at home, kids, is start your own podcast. And then listen to yourself talk to somebody on the podcast a month later, and you'll think, oh, this guy should say this, and you're talking about yourself, and you say that thing, but occasionally you don't. And occasionally I'm yelling at me. Future Mike is yelling at past Mike. You didn't get Darin's joke. You just let it slide by, and he probably hurt his feelings. B, no, nobody wants to hear this story about Bono for the 15th time.
We haven't mentioned them in a long time, by the way.
C, is there any way you could stop saying like and and repeating the first 3 words of every sentence 5 times before you get that sentence out? Could you stop that? I say that to myself because I know you catch as many of these things as you can.
I do.
But dear Lord, there's so many fish in the sea and nets are only so big. You're not a miracle worker, right?
And by the way, I do that to myself also.
Yeah.
I edit out my uhs, and I edit out my
Yeah.
when I start a word and I do all that. I edit those out.
Now, if we rehearse the show, the general
oh my God! Can
quality,
you imagine if we rehearsed?
The general quality would skyrocket. However, I think we would lose something in the process. And here's what I'm talking about. Is when I watch some of the late night monologues and all that, a lot of them is packaged, and you can tell the audience is told to laugh at certain times.
Well,
and
they
things
have
are
the-
scripted.
they have the applause
and Hoopty the clown runs out and does his thing.
I love Hoopty.
Hoopty.
I love him so much.
And some of my favorite parts of this podcast, and I'm not beating the table yet, I'm tapping it. I'm tapping. Some of my favorite parts of this podcast are when the things just kind of emerge. Yeah, and the genuinely funny stuff happens. And
Right.
I will call into 2 of them, one from me and one from you. Well, and one for both of us. One for both of us is the Loch Ness Monster.
Yes.
Who the hell saw that coming?
Nobody.
Right?
It stood above it looking down with these big red eyes.
Oh, it's so scary.
And I yelled, I said, "What do you want from us, monster?" And the monster bent down and said, "I need about $3.50.
And one you threw out, Bono is your Lord and Savior, almost killed me. Almost killed me. And then I think one of my claim to fame is the giant eagle cake.
Yes.
I didn't know where that story was going to go. I was literally just telling a story. Ends up being one of our top fans' favorite stories. Things like that wouldn't be as raw and good as they currently are if we rehearsed.
Well,
or
just-
maybe they would be better. I don't know.
Just a couple of weeks ago, you had the story about Frank's deer urine.
Yeah.
That just popped into your head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I swear I'm pretty sure that's going to make it on the best of year 6.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there editing that audio podcast in my living room, just cackling, and my wife's like, "Is everything okay in there?" Like, yeah, we're all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Wompers all-beef footlong hot dogs. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and boy do I have exciting news for you. Right now, every package of Wompers has a peel-off sticker on the back that reveals a hidden letter. If you peel off enough letters to spell "I love Wompers all-beef footlong hot dogs," you could win a year's supply of hot dogs. Void where prohibited, participating locations only, not an actual contest. Remember, get a ruler and measure it yourself. If your hot dog isn't a foot long, they'll refund your money guaranteed. Now, back to you guys in the studio.
No, in all seriousness, I do enjoy being on the podcast. It is weird. You do an excellent job in editing, but there are times when I listen to the show, and I usually listen a month after it's out. Today was a weird day. I listened on the day that it came out. But for the most part, I wanted to let you know that when I miss laughing here, me, and it's usually when we're on a road trip, we listen to the show. Me, Bess, and the kids are, well, they're not laughing. They're listening to their own stuff. But me and Bess are cackling. And I've come into the house while Bess is listening to the show, and she's laughing at the stupid things you say.
Oh, well, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I can't listen to the podcast with my family anymore. We will be in the car, and you will say something, and Libby will ask me, "Did he really do that? Did he do that? Is that true?" Yeah. And then she'll say, "What did Mike do?"
Yeah.
And then if I don't answer her, she'll, "What did he do?" Okay, and then
most of the time I did do those things.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
but
I'll say,
I embellish.
Right. And I say, "Yes, he did, but to a point."
Yeah.
And then you'll start laughing. On the podcast. And Libby's like, "Wait, what did you say?"
Oh.
I said, okay, because you missed that part, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, the kids will jump in and ask, "Daddy, what did Uncle Mike say?" And then I'll tell them or whatever. And then they start having their own conversation about what's going on.
Yeah.
And they're not listening to it at all.
No.
So I was like, fine. Because is it too much for you to pay 100% attention to everything I say and do? Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
I had a weird thing happen to me this morning.
What's that?
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Have you ever left your fly down and walked around in the cold?
Probably.
Left the barn door open.
Wide open, yeah.
And the chicken's hanging out. And it's colder than ice out there.
I've never had my chicken hanging out.
Okay.
Although my chicken won't come out of the barn, sadly.
We've had this argument. How long have we known each other? 2-3 years. We've had this argument.
We've done the podcast for 5. So
yeah, we didn't. We haven't met yet.
I think we've known each other for 12 years. I think
that's all right. It's basically
since the boys were in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
From the beginning. I mean, our first discussion had to do with your YouTube. I had to set you straight on some things.
Boy,
right?
you were so pissed.
But probably the second, if not third thing we talked about is you refuse to wear a belt.
Yes, I do. I refuse.
And I think about that more than I should. And I tell you this, I'll tell you why. I always am terrified that I'm going to forget my belt. I'm going to leave it at home or leave it somewhere.
Okay.
And it's just a pain in the ass because your pants are falling down the whole day. And then I get mad at you because you don't have that problem.
No.
The only other person I've seen on the planet that doesn't wear a belt is Brad Pitt. And you're not Brad Pitt. No. You're not.
It pisses me off when people are like, hey, Brad Pitt, sign this. I'm like, I'm not Brad Pitt.
But here's the thing. I forgot my belt today. I had no belt. And it's cold out there. And
the belt doesn't keep you warm.
No, but it does. It does cinch your pants up and keep the cold air from going down and around Mr. Jimmy. And when I was walking into work this morning, the air hit Mr. Jimmy.
The air caught to it.
And I thought my barn door was open. And then I almost dropped my backpack in the parking lot because I had to check. Do the old check. Side door, make sure the gate's closed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So then I checked and everything was shuttered properly for the winter. I go back to walking and another breeze came. It went down through the front and aerated my eaves. And I had to check again.
Now were you going commando?
No.
Then what?
No. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist.
You're not a seismologist.
I don't know how this stuff works. All I know is that I was checking myself way more times than is recommended by HR in the parking lot.
Mike, can you come to my office, please?
So not only is a belt important for comfort, it's important for me maintaining employment. That could have gone really bad. And I got mad at you. When I finally got into the building and Jack Frost quit fondling my nuts. When that stopped happening and I was in the building, I was angry with you because I bet Darin's never had that problem.
No.
I bet he just walks around all the time.
Yep.
Doesn't care if his drawers drop or what happens. Doesn't have wind blowing through the eaves. Doesn't care. Just does whatever. And then I thought, oh no, he doesn't. He just gets in his jammy pants. He goes down and he sits in front of his computer. And then, he has to drive somewhere. Where's he got to drive? He got to drive over and do this podcast. Yeah. Or to Kroger.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know where my belt is.
We have multiple belts in case I lose one.
I don't understand the whole my pants fall down. Do you not buy pants that fit you?
No.
What? Then
they don't fit that way.
What do you mean they don't fit that way?
How? I don't get it.
This isn't rocket science. You buy a pair of pants that fit, and then you put them on, you button them, and you zip them, and then you walk around your day.
I don't think I'm in the minority of people when I say I require
I don't think you're in the minority of anything. But no, my pants do not fall down, and I don't wear a belt, and I certainly don't wear a belt with shorts.
The point of the story is I spent way too much time pissed at you this morning, and you
for no
reason, nothing. But I'll tell you this. Mm-hmm. That's what caused me to remember to write down.
Okay,
because I thought I'm not forgetting this.
Right,
I'm going to talk to this man about this today.
I'm pissed at you because I didn't wear a belt.
That's right.
Okay. This is the start of what's going to happen when you and I are in the same home.
That's right. Yeah. I'm going to be out there.
I want my belt.
You're going to think it's funny to steal my belt. Old man Odell's belt. You went down there. You send one of your
5 years older than you.
Send one of your grandkids or get in there and get Michael's belt, and they'll steal the wrong belt.
They'll unplug your machine. Is this his belt?
That would be the best way to go right there. Is have your grandkids it up and accidentally kill me in the home. That would be.
And then your tombstone. Here lies Mike Odell. He's wearing a belt. Damn it.
I am seriously considering putting in the will that someone has to put a fart box in my coffin and push the button every few minutes during the.
Did you pay for that? Go ahead and put that anywhere.
Or a duck quack. That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mentioned at the beginning of the show that Libby and I were looking for CBD balm. Now, why were we looking for CBD balm? Going to a little
new Pink Floyd album.
Kind of a personal situation.
Okay.
Libby has very bad rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
And The medication that they had her on really wasn't doing what it needed to, and then they're putting her on another medication, and that's not doing anything what it's supposed to do, and you have to be on a certain medication for enough time for them to rule out that this isn't working.
Yeah.
So her wrists are killing her. If thoughts and prayers are one of your things, if you could keep my wife in your thoughts and prayers, because she has very, very, very bad wrist pain. Anywho, I've got a buddy who had really bad sciatica, and he said he put CBD balm on his hip there.
What does CBD stand
CBD, that's the cannabis.
Cannabis
By documentary.
by documentary.
Yeah, cannabis by documentarius. So he put CBD balm on his hip, and he said that did the trick.
Okay.
I'm like, well, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
So I got on the Google, and I'm looking up cannabis dispensary near me.
Okay.
And it sends me the address of where this place is. Oh, there's only like 3 miles away.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to...
Or you could call DoorDash and Kyle can bring it.
They're all named Kyle.
They all are named Kyle.
They're all named Kyle. We're driving down there, and this is right when this big-ass snowstorm was starting. Just as soon as the snow starts to hit, people start freaking out. They're like, where's my belt? We've got to go.
Yeah, you got to go buy a spare belt and bread.
So it's snowing, and it starts snowing harder and harder and harder. And we're driving, take a left at this light. Okay, turn right into this parking area. We turned into the shopping area where it is. There was a Chinese restaurant, perfect place right next door to a
Twin Dragon?
It was not a Twin Dragon.
New China.
Sure,
or China 2.
It was
China House.
It was the China Dragon. And so we're driving around in the building behind where the China restaurant was, the Chinese restaurant. It looks like an apartment building. I'm like, this doesn't look right at all. And there's nobody else in the parking lot.
We're Crockett and Tubbs in a Ferrari.
There was no Ferrari,
No.
no Maserati. There was no Mustang.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a Corvette there.
Was Seth Rogen there?
He was not.
Okay.
No, which is a good thing he wasn't, because he would have smoked and eaten all of the CBD balm. So I'm like, let me go in and see if this is actually the place, because the address and everything matched up. I go in, and it's a lot of doctor's offices.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So on the outside,
Okay.
it looks like an apartment complex. On the inside, they got that thing on the wall that's covered in glass so that you don't steal the letters on the black pegboard.
Yeah, they call that a front.
It
was a front.
So I see where it says room 204.
Yeah.
I am not stupid. I know that if it's room 204, that means it's on the second floor.
Yes.
So I go up the steps. By the way, there's nobody at all in this building. But there's room numbers and titles for every room in the building.
Yeah.
I go up the stairs, and then this thing says 217, 218, 216 to the left, 200 to 20 whatever to the right. So I go to the right.
Yeah.
Because it's room 204.
Typically, the odd numbers are down one side and the even numbers are down the other.
And I'm walking there, 201, 202, 203. Here we go, 204. I open the door. There's nothing in there. There's no furniture.
Did you feel like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas? Like he walked into a room, it's like,
I was like,
no.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Why is there? And on the door, it says,
Okay.
why do they have a sign on the door when there's nothing in the room?
Not even a kimono or somebody in dreadlocks? Nothing?
Nothing. No furniture. Nothing. I'm like, well, I'm not going to get any CBD balm here.
No.
So with tears in my eyes, I left the building, and Libby was out in the car, and we were going to try and go to another place, but the other place on the GPS was a 29-minute drive.
Okay.
Which is about a half hour. And I was like, well, we're not going to do that because the big snowstorm came.
Libby, I'm sorry you're in pain, but I'm not going to drive 29 minutes.
Well, it's the big snowstorm.
Okay.
Don't make me into the... Yeah, we got like 8 inches of snow.
We did.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
So anyway, we're going to try and find CBD somewhere else.
There was a restaurant there called the Pasta Wagon.
Okay.
Back in the day. Back in Bess and I lived in the apartments back there.
Okay.
And Bess loved to eat at new restaurants. And one of the things that I hated hated was new restaurants, because I think about what it is that I want to eat, and then I pick the place that has that thing and then go there.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like a plan.
I would like a quarter pounder, so I'm going to go to McDonald's. The McDonald's,
yeah.
right? I couldn't think of anything that the pasta wagon would have. So I was already, this may surprise you, I was already in a mood.
Oh.
And Bess was excited because she wanted to go to a new place. And I'm trying not to be a wet blanket on this whole thing. But I was like, okay, we'll go in there. And they did not finish microwaving my meal. Ooh. Because I ordered ravioli and it was ice on the inside. Oh my God. And I had made a joke that they probably just microwave. They probably just go over to Kroger here because it's right across the street from Kroger.
Yeah.
And they probably just like get things in microwave. She's like, we could do this every time we go to a new place. And sure enough,
you were right.
I was right.
Yep.
And I will say the Pasta Wagon was in business probably 2 or 3 months after that.
Thanks,
and
Pasta Wagon.
Brought that up for a decade after it happened.
I love how, and married couples do this. It's not Bess's fault they microwaved the food. It's not Bess's fault they named it the Pasta Wagon.
No.
It's not Bess's fault that it was in that part of town.
No.
But you love bringing up, that time we went to the Pasta Wagon.
It's unfair, unrelated, but that doesn't stop me.
No.
I still bring it up.
It's because she wanted to go there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
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 So it's her fault.
It is.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Frank's Deer Urine. Hi, I'm Dave Lay, and there's no better deer urine on the market than Frank's Deer Urine. Don't ask me how they get it. All I know is you need to get some today. Frank's Deer Urine. Ask for it by name. Now back to you guys in the studio. Hey guys, you left the music on again.
My son Jacob, who I mentioned earlier, good kid. He has been working out a lot.
Okay.
He's been going to the gym. He's got exercise equipment downstairs, so he has been vigilant. I mean, he has been very, very good about doing this, and he is watching his diet. He eats eggs, like one of the only things he doesn't eat raw eggs, but he eats. Like
eggs.
I'm hungry, he goes and he fries like 3 or 4 eggs.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
And so he went downstairs and he's like, I'm going to go work out. And I said, hey, buddy, can I work out with you? And he said, absolutely.
There you go.
I said, Jacob, will you help me?
Yeah.
Because I won't do this on my own.
Yeah.
I need somebody to make me do this. I said, can you work out an exercise plan for me and help Daddy stop being a fat slob?
Okay.
And he says, Dad, you're not that bad. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
But I am. I want to lose weight. I want to do better. And if you help me, then that will make me continue to do this. So we have been working out together, right?
Okay.
So he has set up a plan. I'm doing mild weightlifting right now, building up some push-ups, some sit-ups. Yeah. You know what? I get dizzy when I do sit-ups. Okay. When I lean all the way back and then come up the blood or whatever.
Yeah.
I did 15 sit-ups yesterday and I was dizzy AF for the rest of the night.
Okay.
That's not part of the story. So he says, Dad, we're going to do some cardio. We got the treadmill. We moved the treadmill out.
You have a treadmill at your house?
Yeah, we got a treadmill.
I didn't know you had a treadmill.
Oh, yeah. You've never seen it. You don't come over to my house.
No.
So he sets me up on the treadmill and he says, okay, you're going to run 20 minutes and let's get you at, he put me like at a 3 speed. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm not running, but I'm fast walking on the treadmill.
Yeah.
I'm building up a sweat. And he says, okay, we're going to go up to 3.2. And he brings it to 3.2.
Okay.
We're going to do this for a couple minutes. And
did you want to go?
Yeah, I did that.
We can rebuild them.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. So he says, I'll be right back. And he goes into the unfinished part of our basement. And I drop the speed a little bit. He comes back in. And he says, Dad, you're doing great. And we're going to go 2 more minutes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put that back where I had it. And he says, I can hear, Dad. I'm like, you can't hear anything else I do. He's, what was that, Dad? So he's been helping me.
You got called out.
Yeah, I got called out.
Yeah.
He is teaching me these nice. There's nothing nice about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm enjoying is this time I'm bonding with my kid.
Yeah.
But
That's good.
These stretches.
Yeah.
And these different ways to lift weights and that type of thing. So I'm trying very hard. I'm not trying as hard as I can, but I'm trying harder than I have in the past. I'll tell you that. But yeah, he could totally tell that I was cheating on the old treadmill.
Yeah.
You're on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I am. We are on TikTok.
Well, yeah, Irritable Dad Syndrome is on TikTok, but I'm addicted to TikTok.
Yeah.
I have trouble falling asleep at night, and what I'll do is the kids call it doom scroll, but I scroll through TikTok for maybe, 5 or 10 minutes, and it helps me go to sleep at night. So I've started watching, and I don't know how this popped up on my phone, on my TikTok, because I wasn't searching it, but I have discovered Outdoor Boys. Okay. And then Outdoor Boys was huge forever ago on YouTube. And it's a guy who goes and it's extreme camping. He extreme camps. He camps to the extreme. He's like Vanilla Ice to the extreme,
right?
But camping out in the cold. Okay, like -20, -22, -26. Sometimes he camps without a tent. Sometimes he camps without a sleeping bag. Sometimes, and almost every time, he camps without his sanity. And this guy, I mean, I have mad respect for him. Mad respect. But I would never in a million years go and do this, because the last time you and I camped with the scouts, we were in a yurt. I can't, if you don't know what a yurt is, Google it.
Yeah.
Go on Wikipedia. Go to yurt.com.
Yeah.
I went home and I felt like I had been hit with a Mack truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And an event happened in the yurt. In the middle of the night, one of the men in the yurt said to his wife, smell my finger.
My question is, what the hell?
I didn't sleep the rest of the night.
No.
No.
Well, you slept on the floor.
I did.
I had a cot.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were coming to that, or I would have brought an additional cot.
I fought it. I fought it tooth and nail. I was like, I don't want to sleep in a yurt.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy sleeps. He'll dig like a 6-foot igloo and sleep under the snow. Boy, that wind, we're protected from the wind, but boy, it's starting to get cold.
Yeah.
And his rules are, Mike, I don't mind being cold.
Okay.
I don't mind being wet. I don't mind being hungry. But I can only do one of these at a time.
Okay.
And I'm thinking I can't do any of these anytime. Right?
Yeah.
And when he eats, he goes, and this is how the guy eats. He's out there in the middle of Alaska, underneath 8 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Time to make some dinner. I'm going to make a whole chicken.
Yeah.
And he makes his fire. He splays the chicken down the sweet spot there.
Yeah.
Makes it, I don't know. And then it takes like a couple hours to cook the chicken. I'm like, I can't wait 2 hours to eat the chicken. How? And then he's like, a little salt and pepper, put a little basil on there.
Yeah.
Put a little, I got some mushrooms and onions. He makes a stew. I'm like, dude, sandwiches. You make sandwiches and you eat the sandwiches.
Yes.
But my whole thing, and I'm watching this, and every video I watch, I'm like, where does he poop? And I just cannot fathom being out in -26 degrees and having to poop, because this guy, he will make like a giant thing, a heaping pot of beans, and he puts sausage and onions and puts a little jalapenos in there. That's gonna go right through you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna, when you poop in the snow, it's going right down to the core of the earth. And I just I don't know how he does it, because you'd think that, and I don't mean to be crude, but if you've listened to us once, or if you're one of our loyal fans, you're used to this. But that's going to freeze your sweet spot right off.
Your yurt off. Yeah.
Your butthole's going to freeze completely shut.
Hey, what happened?
I'm sorry. I don't know how he does it. And my family, they're like, I'm watching this and like, Dad, I'm like, where does he poop? Yes, Dad, we know that you're fascinated with this, and we don't know where he poops, Dad. But can we talk about something else, Dad? Well, I want to know what he does. And now listen, I don't want to watch a video of him doing it.
Yeah.
But there's something wrong with the guy.
Yeah.
Now he stopped doing the videos years ago. And then they started, they just, for whatever reason, that TikTok is crazy because I remember out of nowhere videos of pandas falling out of trees. Our episode, Pandas Are Stupid, right?
Yeah.
That just showed up. I was never looking for that. I used to watch woodworking videos all the time. People with the lathe.
Yeah.
You put the wood on the lathe, you
Yes.
spin it, and and then you make a bowl out of it. And every woodworking video, they make a bowl. They make it into a bowl. I'm sorry, they make it into a bowl or a vase.
Yeah,
they make it
into
a nice wooden vase.
Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok. Go to TikTok.com. Get your account.
We interrupt our program for a special announcement. Congratulations to Rob Reiner, Irritable Dad Syndrome's Listener of the Week. This has been a special announcement.
We had an Irritable Dad Syndrome event.
Yes,
it didn't start out as one.
It was
but
hosts
it became
and
one.
patrons were welcome.
And we went to go see The Shining. In the IMAX. And man, I'm here to tell you.
I can't remember the last time I was in an IMAX theater. I think I've only been to IMAX once.
That was something else. So The Shining is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Yep.
And I've seen it, I don't know how many times, but I've always watched it on the TV, right?
We're so old. I watched it on the TV.
On the TV.
On the TV.
On the televisions. And
on the boob tube.
if you've lived under a rock your entire life, The Shining involves a hotel, the Overlook Hotel, and just some zany things happen in there.
Wacky
just
cuckoo.
some wacky cuckoo things.
Yeah. Those.
It's a Jack Nicholson joint, and him and his wife and son
Shelley Duvall,
and then the little kid Tony Randall.
Yeah.
They stay in the hotel over the winter through May. They're caretakers of the hotel.
And Jack Nicholson asked, well, that's such a beautiful place up here. How
Yeah.
come people don't come up? I imagine it'd be great for skiing. And they're like, dude, we get 20 feet of snow.
20.
You can't even.
What are you even talking about?
Yeah, you're out of your mind.
So
Can't even drive on this windy ass road that it takes to get to the Overlook.
everybody leaves, and then just some tomfoolery erupts. Now, The Shining, the book, The
Some
Shining.
shenanigans.
Darin mentioned earlier in the podcast, Stephen King's my favorite author. The book, The Shining, is my favorite Stephen King book. The movie has very little to do with the actual book, but I love the movie so much. And part of the reason the movie is so spooky, kind of the new buzzword these days in scary flicks, is the liminal spaces, right? A liminal space is like a mall. So picture a mall.
Is that like Euclidean?
It is very much.
Okay.
So, like a mall,
episodes back.
a place that you normally have a lot of people, suddenly you have no people. It goes from being a benign place to very spooky.
Oh, okay.
So this hotel, it was like one of the first, in my experience, liminal space horror things. Like nothing should be in the hotel with them. And there's some stuff in the hotel with them. There's some things, and there's some dogs with weird tastes. Now,
there was some kind of big costume.
now when you're sitting at home in your undies, eating the Cheetos, watching The Shining on your TV, it's easy to take yourself out of the movie. It's just a movie over there on the TV. When you're sitting in an IMAX theater, the way the movie is shot, you feel like you're in the hotel. You have to actually, we talked about this, you have to actually look left and right to see the whole screen there. Right. And more than a few times, I felt a little creeped out. And the only thing that brought me back was the absolute horrendous acting by some of the actors.
I think you have some very definite ideas about what should be done with Danny, and I'd like to know what they are.
Well, I think maybe he should be taken to a doctor.
You think maybe he should be taken to a doctor?
Yes.
When do you think maybe he should be taken to a doctor?
I will say I had always...
But by all the
Okay, but Jack Nicholson, I will say, I had always previously described the movie to people. This is the movie where Jack Nicholson slowly goes crazy. Mm-hmm. He's insane from the first moment you see him on screen.
Well, no, he's not.
They're driving to the place.
No, during the interview, he is calm. He's the 3 C's. He's calm. He's cool. He is collected.
And when has the crazy eyes.
When they said, look, well, okay, but you're watching it knowing Jack Nicholson now.
And we had just seen him in the car with his family. They're driving, and Tony Randall says, I'm hungry. And he says, well, maybe you should eat your breakfast this morning, don't you?
Thank you, son of a bitch.
You son of a... And then he just punches Shelley Duvall right in the left blinder. I'm telling you, he's crazy from step one.
I think you said Shelley Duvall's smile in IMAX. I'm sorry, but she had janky teeth. And I'm like, she could eat corn on the cob through a fence.
Oh, that's hurtful. This was the 70s. Everything was very 70s-ish in the movie. But it was a beautifully shot movie.
Yeah, but no.
Very well done.
The actor, Delbert Grady, was a very good actor.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Scatman Crothers was a very good actor.
Yeah,
I liked
Scatman Crothers. He had impressive artwork on his walls.
He was the voice of Hong Kong Phooey.
Watch this spot. Once again, before your very own eyes, I will hop into the bottom drawer of this here filing cabinet, and then quick as a flash, I'll pop out of the top drawer as superhero Hong Kong Phooey.
One of my favorite cartoons as a kid.
And he does an impression of Bugs Bunny in the movie. Very good. What's up, Doc? He does the thing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The bartender was an exceptional actor just from the point of, I think that was a human that played that shot. Durbin kept leaning over and saying, his eyes aren't moving.
That's right.
He's not responding to anything, which it is. I really honestly had not noticed that before. So Durbin pointed that out. And as soon as he pointed that out, I was like, thank you for a new chill in this movie that's just full of chills.
You pissed me off during the movie.
Good.
Because you would lean over to Jason Durbin and go, and then Jason Durbin would say, and I was like, what? And you're like, what, are you deaf? And you guys are talking in the middle of a movie with surround sound.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing At one point, one of the scary people did something scary, and like, and my arms came up, and Jason Durbin reached over and he held my hand, and I knew that I was going to be safe because I was in the tender hands of Jason Durbin. Yeah,
you made me laugh my off. It was in the first part of the movie. Now, I said earlier that Jack Nicholson is crazy from the beginning.
Right.
He's not meant to be that way. No, he's just Jack Nicholson.
During the interview, he was fine. As soon as they got in the car, then you're like, we got some problems here.
As things go along, there's a point in the movie where it's clear there's some marital strife. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And he says, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but this is the place where I work. And when I'm working and you walk in the room, you get me the out of the space. He starts beating his head.
Yeah.
And he's like, you could do me a big favor by not walking into the room. Now, why don't you just get the out of here? And I mean, it's like, it's brutal. And the look, Shelley Long, or Duvall, not Shelley Long.
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall, the look on her face, your heart breaks for what she's going through.
Yeah.
It's just silent in the theater. And Darin says, hey, he's like my twin.
I felt so bad because the three of us were talking before the movie started, and the guys in the row in front of us said, and they moved 3 rows in front because they figured this is what was going to be going on the whole time.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. Oh, and then Shelley Duvall, when
she ran like a Muppet.
She's got Gumby arms. No, you said she reminded you a lot of Janice on the Muppets.
Yeah.
And so whenever she would run, I would start doing that with my arms, and the people to my right, They may have been annoyed. They may have been entertained. They didn't complain.
There was. So there's a lot of stories. There's a documentary on the making of The Shining, and one of the things they talk about in that room 237. One of the things they talk about is how there, and then I've seen in other interviews, apparently Stanley Kubrick was very mean to Shelley Duvall.
Yes.
And he did it he says he did it to get her in the character.
He made her do a take over 100 times.
Yeah. And
I thought it was 70 sometimes. It was over 100 times.
But he would do psychological warfare on who he would be mean to her for hours and hours and hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would be very nice and apologetic. And then as she's starting to be, oh, okay, then he would just launch back in and cuss her out, just like keeping her on pins and needles the entire time. But I don't know where the hell I'm going. Oh, no. When she would be, I always felt bad for her in that. But then in those scenes when she's supposed to be running and she turns into one of those used car lot floppy arm guys, I'm like, I think I can see it. I can see Stanley Kubrick yelling, "Cut! What are you doing?"
Yeah, she's at the end of her rope.
What are you doing with your floppy arms here? I mean, she took, I counted from one end of a staircase to another, a span of about 10 feet. I think she took about 57 steps. Hopping and flopping her arms all over the place with the knife. Somebody could get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Somebody could get hurt.
Now, I'm not going to compare myself to Stanley Kubrick, but I am. I used to be a commercial production manager at a TV station, and I would make local commercials here in Cincinnati, Ohio. And there was a furniture commercial I was doing, and it involved two people, okay? And I'm not going to name who they are, although I doubt they would care. They don't listen to the podcast.
Bert and Bernice.
Bert, yeah. So we'll call it Bert and Ernie, okay?
Okay.
So Bert was screwing up, and Bert usually was the one who always had his lines, okay? But today, Bert was not on it.
Yeah.
So what I did was I walked over to Ernie, and I said, Ernie, you're I need you to speed up a little bit. Okay. I need you to have a little more enthusiasm. And when you say it's like it's the biggest sale of the year, you're saying it's the biggest sale of the year. I want you to the biggest sale of the year. Okay. I need you to like let's straighten your posture up a little bit, okay?
You got it, Bert.
I said, I need you to
I'm all over it, Bert.
Said, I need you to smile more. And I gave him I gave
him good direction.
I gave Ernie like 5 things that he needed to do. And then I looked at Bert and I said, "You're great." Yeah. And then I walked off. And Ernie was like, "What was that? What was that?" Right? And then Bert started laughing so hard because I just told this other guy do all this stuff. And then that fixed it.
Yeah.
That totally fixed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by comparison, if Stanley Kubrick felt that demoralizing her and breaking her and destroying her will to live was what it took to make a good movie, I mean, then maybe that's what he did. But I mean, I was talking about this. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That I said it was irresponsible. It's like if you are a film director and you can't get your take, if you can't get what you want, if it takes you 100 times, 70 sometimes, it's irresponsible. It's a waste of film. It's a waste of time. Okay. Yeah. You're paying all of these grips, all of these lighting people by the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kubrick, you need to get your act together or you need to stop making movies. I said it. We're going to wrap this one up. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Irritable Dad Syndrome. If you want to hear more, you can go to irritabledadsyndrome.com. If you want to become a patron, you can do that. Some of our best friends are our patrons.
There's some good stuff coming out on the patron stuff.
Oh my God,
days.
There's just all kinds of stuff on the old patron food bank that we got there on our website, irritabledadsyndrome.com. And we'll see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Let's get this party started right.
Let's
get this party started quickly.
I'm a control freak, so that...
Do you want to move it?
No, I like this.
Because God forbid don't be in control of something.
Let's watch. I want to see if I can get a higher resolution.
1280 by 7.
Oh, baby.
1920 by 1080. That makes me moist. Love to eat turkey. Gobble, gobble, do, 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 do. Picky, picky, pooky, boo. Yo, what up, Freak Nasty?
He was in All in the Family.
Yes.
He was in more than 4 episodes, wasn't he?
He was in every episode.
Okay, yeah. So I looked him up on IMDb, and it said...
Here, let's save it for the show.
Excuse me. It said All in the Family. He was only there for 4 episodes. Okay.
No. Yeah, he was on more than 4 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You watched All in the Family, right?
No.
What?
I didn't. Yeah.
And sometimes he tents without a tent. Oh, wait a minute.
Can you get over yourself?
I'm just asking a question.
I'm just
asking a question.
If this were...
Can you suck it?
If this were hurdles...
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't be able to get over yourself. You'd trip right at the little twisty.
But anyway, God, this is so boring.
Yeah.
Do we need to start over?
No.
Okay.
Let's just go right into it. Pay $12.99 for that. But who's counting? I'm just assuming that's what it costs.
Yep.
This is going to be a long thing, and it's...
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the stream. We're excited you're here.
Yeah.
What are you, 128 now?
Leave a review.
Oh. Right there.
Tell us how much you like the podcast. Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh, yes. Right there. Oh,
look at that.
Baby.
Look at that.
Looks great.
Look at that.
Looks great. Looks great. Sounds great.
Now I look bright.
Yep.
This sounds like a caper for Hong Kong food.
Hey, Mike, I'm Darin. Derp, 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 and the derp, derp, derp. Slibba-dibba derp, and dip derp. Listen to more episodes.
That's right.
At our episode shop.
Episode.com.
Have a great day and stay cool.